So let's go ahead and change this to be much more familiar with the syntax that we'll be using throughout the rest of the semester. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. So we start with using system. That's just kind of a more historical thing. We don't actually need to include using system, and I'll explain that in a bit as well. But for right now, I'm just going to put that there. And now we create a namespace. Now JetBrains you can name this whatever you want. JetBrains will complain, empty namespace does not correspond to file location, should be hello world. You do not have to do it the same as this, but because it's going to complain, I'm just going to do the exact same namespace just so it no longer complains. It still says empty namespace declaration just because I haven't put anything in there yet. And next we will want to have our first class, public class hello world. And this usually is named the same as your project. And inside of there we need to create a main function or method as it's known in C#. And here's where we give our argument strings. Now the syntax, you'll see that I normally, get rid of this really quick, normally when I put a curly brace I usually put it at the end there. The standard for C# is to have the curly braces laid out like this. So JetBrains, Writer, Visual Studio, all of those usually will automatically move the curly braces so they're on their own lines. It's not the way that I've always been typing it, but I'll get used to it automatically dropping it down. And now we'll do console.writeLine hello world. And notice up here we have our hello world configuration. We can go ahead and run it. And we get hello world printed out to the screen. And then process finish with exit code 0 means it's finished. So go ahead and write this out and run it, and you will get your very first C# program created.